We're joined now by Ranping Song. He's a climate action manager with the Global Climate Program at the World Resources Institute. Thank you so much for talking to us. We have a lot to get to. You know, as Nathan mentioned, we have all of these countries who don't really agree on much, but they agreed on this Paris Climate Accord. So where do they go from here? Well, I think the countries will carry on. It's very clear that all the countries see this climate agreement is good for themselves, for the self-interest. They want to fight for safer climate. They see the economic opportunities coming from the renewable energies, coming from energy efficiencies, and coming from all the new way of living, the smart transportation and smart urbanization. That that's actually a great new world there. They all see the benefit of it. So they are actually doing this for the self-interest. So too bad the U.S. is not joining the party. They're not joining the fight against climate change, but the rest of the country will carry on. As we can see that, we from the communicate from the G7 communicators, 6 of the major countries, as well as we can see the emerging narrative coming from the EU-China summit, that all the countries are working together. Actually, the U.S. pull out, actually galvanize them and push them together to work with each other and hopefully to carry on and make this happen. Trump had some pretty harsh words about China, India, and other countries. China is waking up to this. How are they likely to react? Well, I think they will be very disappointed that U.S. is pulling out of the Paris Agreement. It's actually a major breach of trust between countries. This is considered one of the greatest achievements. Among more than 190 countries coming together, it takes 4 years to reach a consensus about all the countries involved. And U.S. actually have a big influence. Actually, U.S. was a leader in negotiating these terms, and the point is that the Paris Agreement is not centrally planned. It's actually have a lot of flexibility. It respects national sovereignty. Countries can determine and actually they can revise the national actions that they see fit. There's actually no reason at all, even including from President Trump's perspective, to withdraw from this climate agreement. Actually, nobody wins, including U.S. Every losses. It started with the U.S. and China. In fact, the U.S. and China, as Nathan mentioned in his report, had their own climate agreement in 2014. Where does the relationship, starting from that, where do they go? Well, both countries working together make sure that they're all putting their own effort on the table. That was the precursor of the Paris Agreement. That's why make the Paris Agreement possible, right? Because the two major countries, big emitters and big economic powers. Is that relationship in jeopardy now? I think to some extent, yes. It's a damage for the relationship. Of course, the two countries will still trying to work together. I think that's something that will emerge. But climate change is one of the arenas that the two countries can work together. They can find common consensus. They can work and build on, and they try to build on the goodwill, and then it will spill over to other areas. So that is gone. So that's very unfortunate. Who takes the lead? Does China become the leader, the global leader in climate change? Trump said today that he wants the U.S. to be the global environmental leader. Will that happen? Well, Trump can set whatever he wants, but the fact is that the rest of the world is coming together and to invest to renewable energies to implement the Paris Agreement. And without doing that, it's very hard for the U.S. to continue to play that global leadership role. So it actually seeding the opportunity for emerging countries like China to take a more leadership opportunities. It's seeding the soft power to European countries that they can shape how the world looks like coming forward. These countries, they were working together to develop new standards, technologies that will be needed in decades to come. And then U.S. will come eventually because it's just nature. You cannot defeat climate change. It's there to stay. So U.S. sooner or later they will come back to the table, but then it will be late. So by doing what he did, Donald Trump is not making America great. He's making America late.